Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 10 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Nash County where a boil water advisory is under effect. Now this went into effect yesterday, but still is in effect. Now it's due to a town-wide outage as a water main break forced officials to shut water service off. Now, as services are being restored, residents may experience air in the water lines and may see discolored water. This will be cleared after running the tap. Now, residents may see fire hydrants running. Officials advise residents that flushing the hydrants is a necessary part of the repair process. The town says that the supply from Rocky Mount was turned off to help protect the system. Residents will experience low water pressure or no water throughout the town. Residents should boil all water used for consumption. Town officials say they will share an update once the advisory is lifted. Now we also want to highlight some unfortunate news out of Raleigh, where the governor has indicated that 3 people have passed away due to the winter storm. Governor Stein is sharing an update on efforts to clear roads across the state as there's still plenty of snow and ice left behind from this past weekend. And of course, we're dealing with the possibility of wintry weather coming up tonight into tomorrow. Now, this past weekend storm was something this area, of course, hasn't seen in decades, and unfortunately led to deadly consequences. Governor Stein says 3 people are confirmed dead due to weather-related causes. They are all related to traffic crashes in Robeson, Rutherford, and Cherokee counties. He said 2 of those were because the vehicles they were in hit a patch of ice and drove into water. With the wintry mix possible tomorrow, the governor said they hope the rain will help clear some roads, but they're concerned about a refreeze afterwards. He also said the rain poses challenges in terms of pre-treatment. He went on to say, quote, "You can't put brine down before a rainstorm comes because it just completely washes away. So we are going to be on it as quickly as we can, even though our crews have worked 90-hour work weeks. They know that as long as the roads are treacherous, it's their job to work hard to keep people safe, and that's what they're going to do," end quote. Now, the governor says crews across the state have put about 100,000 tons of salt on roads over the past 2 weeks and have been working 90-plus hour weeks, both pre-treat and clear roads after the winter weather. Now, crews started with clearing interstates and then highways, then primary roads and secondary roads. The governor said crews are working on secondary roads right now. He said, quote, "We know that there are some places that are still bad. We hate that. We are working as hard as we can to get those cleaned, but we are also asking for folks to be patient," end quote. Now, Governor Stein also thanked NCDOT crews, State Highway Patrol, National Guard members, and nurses who served their communities following the winter storm. And then we also have a career fair that's going to be happening today in Beaufort, put on by the State Ferry Division. North Carolina Ferry Division has announced it will be hosting a career fair at the Bayview Ferry Terminal in Bath today. Now, the fair runs from 10 a.m. right now until 3 p.m. this afternoon. According to the release, the fair will be focused on temporary and seasonal positions, but they do say that employees in these positions are given first consideration for permanent full-time roles. This will be the 4th and last career fair held in the East. And finally, we need to look at your weather forecast because we mentioned it just a few moments ago. I'm going to highlight it again. Today is really tonight. It's the First Alert Weather Day as we've got wintry mix heading our direction. We've got rain showers rolling across the east right now. And while those rain showers are powered by an area of low pressure, as that low exits, it's going to bring about some cold air on the backside of the system. And when that cold air starts to mix with the moisture that will be present, understand that we are looking at an opportunity for cold rain, freezing rain, sleet, and perhaps maybe even a few snowflakes coming down as well. Now, the whole system continues to show up later and later, I would say, tonight into tomorrow morning, that rain-snow line isn't expected to start drifting south across eastern North Carolina until we get past midnight tonight. So for today, not anticipating anything wintry coming down. For today, rain showers and cloud cover are pretty much the story of the day. That and, of course, air temperatures rising back into the low to mid 40s, helping to continue to melt away lingering snowpack. In fact, this is what it looks like in Belhaven. Seeing a little bit more of the grass out there. Certainly is going to be a chilly day, but a little bit warmer than where we've been over the past several days. Do want to say good morning to Esmeralda from Chinquapin. Hopefully you're having a fantastic morning, Esmeralda. Thank you for joining me over on Facebook. Air temperatures right now, again, upper 30s to low 40s throughout most of the east. A few of us already into the mid 40s. We've got 45 degrees in Hatteras, 44 in Stumpy Point, 46 in Beaufort, 43 in Kenansville. But again, just comparing to yesterday, we are still noticeably warmer by about 5 to 10 degrees. Most of us are around 4 to 8. But anyways, let's get back to, again, what we are tracking, and that is cold air. We're going to see more of that once winds really start to come in out of the northeast. That's expected to happen later on today. Here's a look at how everything kind of comes together. That area of low pressure sinking southward. That's what's going to draw that rain-snow line down across eastern North Carolina and give us that opportunity for a wintry mix of precipitation. It's going to be sticking with us until we get, I would say, until your Thursday afternoon at this point. Right now, it looks like we could be still seeing some flakes fall as we head towards lunchtime tomorrow. It's important to note that we are likely again looking at air temperatures tomorrow in the mid to upper 30s, so getting anything to stick is going to be difficult once those air temperatures start to rise. Now, I do think we will see a little sticking specifically to grassy surfaces, elevated surfaces, bushes, trees, that sort of thing, but concrete may be a little bit more difficult to come by. As far as what we've got coming up later on this afternoon and evening, light to moderate rain showers stretched across the east throughout the area. And then overnight tonight, raindrops still sticking with us. The moisture's not going away. It's just how fast does that rain-snow line drift south across the area. This is a picture just before 9 p.m. and we've got that rain-snow line pretty close to hugging the North Carolina-Virginia line. Doesn't really do a whole lot of movement from 9 until 1 a.m., but from 1 a.m. onward, we will see that rain-snow line sink southward across the east, exposing more and more of eastern North Carolina's communities to that freezing rain potential. Anticipating about 1/10 of an inch of ice out of this system, with then a dusting of snow, maybe seeing an inch come down. Certainly nothing compared to what we just got done with this past weekend. But as you can see, models continue to just hang on to that moisture even as we head towards 5 o'clock. Now, again, really want everyone to understand that through the day, through your daytime hours, really right around the mid-afternoon, is when we usually see our warmest temperatures of the day. And coming up for tomorrow, our highs are going to be in the mid to upper 30s. So getting snow to stick in those conditions, difficult to do. 38 degrees is not, doesn't help snowfall stick to the ground. So while we may see some snowflakes come down, it does not look like we're going to be seeing any sort of major accumulations across the east as we head through your Thursday morning, even into Thursday afternoon. Now, we've got a couple questions. Bertie County, question mark. It's from Quanta James. I think Bertie County has a chance of, again, probably a pretty good chance of seeing about 1/10 of an inch of ice accumulations. But then also Bertie County is also going to be one of those areas that could potentially see a little bit of a higher snowfall total, maybe about 1 inch on top of what's already out there. But again, not a whole lot. As far as how will roads be in the morning, this is from Takor Daniels. Difficult to say. I do think there will certainly be some slick spots out there on the roads early tomorrow morning, particularly between the hours of we'll give it around 4 a.m. To around 9 a.m., maybe 10 a.m. But I think between 9 and 10, we'll start to see air temperatures bounce back above freezing. And that obviously, plus a little bit of some traffic, will help kind of create clearer roads. It will help melt away any snow and ice that is still stuck. And again, that traffic will help kind of compress it down and break it apart and allow it to melt even faster. Again, the smaller those chunks are, the faster they melt away. Do want to say good morning to Joanne Mizell and Melissa asking about Onslow County. Onslow, you guys probably not seeing much in terms of ice accumulations, but that is your main threat. I don't think you guys are going to be seeing anything more than a dusting at best. It's certainly looking more like a cold rain event for Onslow County. You'll see some flakes. I just don't think you're going to be seeing those flakes actually stick to the roads or concrete surfaces that, again, can impact travel. That's all we have time for today's 10 a.m. News and Weather Update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank everyone again for joining me over on Facebook, bringing your questions. Again, that is what makes this First Alert Desk valuable. You guys can ask the questions that you need to know to help plan out your day. So I appreciate you guys joining me and taking advantage of what we're offering here. So we will be back at the top of the hour with more news and weather. Until then, have a fantastic Wednesday.